What is dangling else problem?
Sir, else-টা কোন if-এর সাথে যাবে, that's the problem.
That's the problem, right? So let's write the grammar first. So let's write the grammar first. What is the grammar? Grammar is something like this. It derives if expression or if expression else expression or if is. So this is the grammar. How come this was ambiguous? If we take this, if else a then this one is ambiguous. So how can we prove this one is ambiguous? How can we prove this one is ambiguous?
So parse tree draw করে
Parse tree draw করে. So we have to come up with two different parse tree. So how can we come up with two different parse tree? Let's assume my first parse tree is something like this. So at first, the second level, I'm going to use this group. So it is nothing but if e. Then this if is actually terminal, so nothing to change. This is non-terminal or variable. Now I replace this one with second level. I get if e else e. Finally, I replace this e with a and this e with a. So what would be my yield? The yield would be if a else a. So this is my yield, the correct yield. So definitely it is a parse tree. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's take this way. Let's take E. Instead of using the first product, I'm going to use the second product first. So this time I will get if E else E. Then I'm going to, so this is actually terminal, nothing to change. This one, this E I'm going to replace with first group. It will become if E. Then finally I replace this E with A and this E with A. So what would be my yield? If A else A. The same. So, but they are not same parse tree. Am I right? Their yield is same, but they are different parse tree. Am I right?
Yes.
How come they are different? I don't know they are different. How do you know they are different parts?
So we are taking different in.
So if you go to this sentential form, the first level sentential form, here it is if E. And if you take this first level sentential form, you get if E, else E. They are different. Am I right? They are not equal. So definitely they are different parts. So of course this grammar is ambiguous. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the reason behind this ambiguity? What is this grammar actually? This grammar is nothing but actually generating the if-else construct in language. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
We are generating if-else construct in the language. So what is if-else construct? If, else, if something, or if, else, something. The problem with this grammar is it does not implicitly define in this case about this else. Whether this else is connected with this if or this else is connected with this if. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
If you convert this one, the first person, let's number it 1, let's number it 2. If you construct the first person in the language, then what do we get? We get something like this. This one is nothing but if, then inside it that is if and else. Both this if and else are inside this. In this case, this else is connected with which if?
So
second.
bottom if.
Immediate
closest
below
one.
if. Immediate below if. Yes, you are right. And how about this? In this case, this is something like this. If, else, then inside this if there is a if. In this case, this else is connected with which if? The first if.
Topmost.
Now, whenever you write this kind of string, we don't know about this else. And we don't know the connectivity of this else, which if it is connected to. That's why this grammar is ambiguous. Now, how can you, so as this else does not have fixed parent, that's why this else problem is called dangling else problem. So how can I fix this? How can I get rid from this ambiguity? How can I get rid from this
So we
ambiguity?
can change the grammar.
We have to change the grammar in such a way so that one of the past tree is actually pruned out.
Right.
It is no longer generated. It is no longer generated. And the solution given in the Dragon book, they are using this one. They always consider the else, the dangling else is connected with immediate before if possible. Immediate if before possible, remember. Possible, there is a word possible. So we have to fix this grammar. So how can I fix this grammar?
So t variable কে নিয়ে আসতে হবে.
The variable can just start. Why?
So we can modify the grammar in such a way that if and else remains at the same level.
If and else remains the same level. What do you mean by that?
Like second productটা যেন আর কি মানে আমি second productটা t এর বদলে আমি t লিখে দিলাম and t refers to a b c.
But it is not associativity problem. It is not associativity problem that you are going to fix the issue like associativity. It would not happen here. It is not associativity problem that you are fixing that way. It is about the connectivity. Which if you are going to connect this else, this dangling else. So the problem is different. Okay, let me solve it. What is balance if and else? Can you tell me? What is balance if and else?
All
Structure.
ifs have an else.
Wonderful. All ifs has a matching else. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
All if has a matching else. Not equal number if and else, they are not actually. Yeah, eventually they are also going to be matched. Don't worry. Yes, it is true. So more general, equal number of if and equal number of else. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But that time that it has become complicated because, for example, say I have if, then I have else, I have else, then I have another else, then I have if. Can actually, is there an equal number of if and else?
Yes, but not connected.
There are equal number of if and else. It is true. But can this string generated by this grammar or not?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because else এর পরে আবার else আসছে, which is
So else
not-
for else. So at any level, at any level, number of else cannot be more than if. Am I right or not?
Right.
If can
Yes,
come
sir.
alone. If can come alone because of this rule. But else cannot come alone because of this rule. Am I right or not?
Right.
There might have any level more than if than else, but not any level more than else than if. Then I cannot generate that string. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Because of this rule, I can generate more than if. If can generate alone, but I cannot generate else alone. So any level, I cannot generate any else alone. So any level, there might be more than if than else, but any level, there might not be more else than if. Do you agree with me or not? So what is wrong with this? This level there is one if, fine. This level there is two if, fine. This level there are two if, one else, fine. This level there are two if, two else, fine. This level what happened? There are two if, there are three else. So this is problem. It cannot be generated. Do you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is balance if and else? What is the meaning of this? What is balance if and else structure? Each if else matching else. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So it is something like this. If you write it this way, if, else, if, else. Is this matching if else? This if else matching if. This if else matching if. This if else matching. This if else matching else. This if else matching else.
Yes,
This if
sir.
else matching else. So it is actually matching structure, matching if else structure. And it can be generated by this grammar. So how can you represent a grammar which can generate this kind of matching if else? Can you tell me? How can you generate this kind of structure?
Can we try removing first product?
Not removing product, just give me one product which is going to generate this kind of if else structure, matching if else structure. So
E derives if E else E.
let's try this way. Match. Definitely I should have a if. Am I right or not? Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Definitely this if should be matched by some else. Am I right or not? This if should be definitely matched by some else.
Yes, sir.
By the definition of matching if else. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now what would be in the middle? And what would be after else?
The same thing, like
The match. The match. Am I right or not?
yes, sir.
Somehow if it is unmatched, in the middle part is unmatched, then the whole structure can never be matched. Am I right or not? I have given you already example. Is it clear to you guys?
So what
Yes,
do you
sir.
mean by match, sir?
Match means each if has a matching else. For example, let's assume I have if else. Then here I don't have match if and else. So I have if else. Can it be matched? Never. It can never be matched. Am I right?
No.
Why it is not matched at this point?
Around same number of else knife for
But
every.
the ifs are not followed by.
This if is matched with else. Then this else is matched with if. Then I have still remain one if. It is not matched. Am I right or not?
Right.
So to write a grammar for match if else, it would be something like this. If else, inside it there would be match. After else there would be a match. Do you agree with me on that?
Yes, sir.
And it is ended by, let's say, ABC. Now, how can you generate unmatched if and else structure? How can you generate unmatched if and else structure? Unmatched if and else structure.
It is not followed by else.
Unmatched if and else structure is something like this. If match or unmatch, this if is extra. After that one, if match comes, still I have one extra if. After that, if unmatched comes, still I have one more if. So this is one of the unmatched if structure. What else? What else would happen? If this if is already matched with else, then this middle part must be matched, and this one must be unmatched. So these are the two structures. Do you agree with me or not?
সেকেন্ডেরটা কেন হলো স্যার?
Sir,
Second
can you
one-
explain again?
সেকেন্ড হবে এই কারণে আমি বলি ফার্স্ট একটা রিজন হচ্ছে ইফ দ্যার ইজ এক্সট্রা ই নো ম্যাটার হোয়াট কামস আফটার ই ম্যাচ অর আনম্যাচ definitely it would be unmatched because I have one extra if. Am I right or not?
Right.
But this if is already matched with some else. Still I get some unmatched pattern. How? The middle part is matched, this one is unmatched. So as a whole it is unmatched. Do you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
So what would be the whole grammar? What would be the whole grammar? What would be the whole grammar? The whole grammar would be like this. He derives match or unmatch then what is match? Match is nothing but if else match or A B C. What is unmatch? Unmatch is nothing but
If match
if E match or unmatch
Correct.
or if else match unmatch. This is the solution. Now you can see, you can generate this first. This first can never be generated in this one. This one. Only this one will be generated. Should we try to generate this first tree? So how this first tree will be generated? How this first tree will be generated? This will be generated this way. E derives unmatch. This derives if E. This E derives match. This one derives if match else match. This match derives A. This match derives A. Done. What is the yield? If A else A. If A else. So did you get the solution? Do you have any query about the solution? Now what would be the homework? Homework would be you are trying to generate only this parse tree. You have to write an unambiguous grammar in such a way it is only generating this parse tree, not this parse tree. That would be your homework. And I'm also going to give you a solution. Don't try. Is the problem clear to you and the solution?
জি স্যার।
Okay. Any more question?
আমরা একটু ট্রাই করে দেখবো এখন নিতে।
বাসায় ট্রাই করেন, try at home, then I'm going to post the solution. So let's start with new topic. What would be the new topic? So remember, a grammar can be of two types. One is actually ambiguous grammar and another one is unambiguous. So ambiguous grammar is of no use. So we always want unambiguous grammar. And maximum parsers except one parser, all parsers use unambiguous grammar. Because if we use ambiguous grammar, more than one parser is possible, then the parser getting confused. That's why we always use unambiguous grammar. But there is a parser called operator precedence parser. That parser is actually use ambiguous grammar in a sense. It has also a table. Using that table, it is breaking away from the ambiguity. By the way, we are going to cover that. Don't worry. Do you have any question after this?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No question, right? You don't have any question. So today we'll start another topic that is called left recursion and right recursion. What is left recursion? Do you have any idea? What is left recursion? What is left recursion and what is right recursion? Can you give me an example? Come on. Huh?
E derives E plus T, left recursion.
E derives E plus T. This is left recursion. Why it is left recursion?
Because the terminal is on left side according to
Because
the
we
J
can
reference.
replace E with E again.
Again on the left
We
side.
replace this E with E again. And this E is on the leftmost position. That's why it is called left recursion. Am I right? Right or not?
Yes, sir.
So I am right, right? I'm right. Now, how about this? E derives T plus T. Is it left recursion as well? How about this? Is it also left recursion?
No, sir.
So there is no
Okay.
recursion.
There is no recursion. No recursion. Because I'm not saying, right? There is nothing to recurse. Now, what is right recursion?
ইটা রাইট পাশে থাকবে প্লাসের
Okay, so E derives T plus C. This is called right recursion. Why it is called right recursion? Why it is called right recursion?
রাইট সাইডে ই
So this E
Right,
is at the
rightmost
rightmost
side.
position, and that is the recursive term. Am I right? How about this? E derives T plus E plus T. Then, is it recursive? This product.
রিকার্সিভ হ্যাঁ স্যার
Yes.
This
but
is recursive. This is recursive. The recursive term at the middle, but neither it is left recursive nor it is left recursive. Neither it is left recursive nor it is right recursive. Am I right or not?
ইউ রাইট
Yes, sir.
But it is recursive. Recursive. So grammar recursive term may appear anywhere. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Grammar recursive term, that means the left hand side may appear anywhere in the right hand side. But left recursive grammar has some problems. What is the problem with left recursive grammar? What is the problem with left recursive grammar? Let's assume I have this grammar. A derives Let's assume I have this grammar. A derives A alpha or beta. It's a left recursive grammar. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Because the recursive term on the left side. So left recursive. And here A belongs to variable, alpha beta belongs to variable and terminal star. What is problem with this grammar? Can you tell me what is wrong with this grammar? What is the first problem? Anybody, please.
Always recursing.
Because
Yes, always
Yeah.
recursive. So what is problem? So there is a one type of parser which is called recursive descent parser. In the recursive descent parser, these products are implemented as function. Okay? In the recursive descent parser, in the recursive descent parser, this product is implemented as a function. If you implemented this product as a function, what would happen? What would be the case? What would be the case? What would be the function name? A. A is nothing but at first call A, then check alpha, or if not both, check beta. So what is wrong with this? So starting from here, when I go over here, it is again calling back to here. Am I right? Then abar coming here, abar again calling back to here. Abar coming back here, abar calling back to here. So what is wrong there? Huh? What happened? Beta to দিতে পারবো না. So what is happening here? It is an infinite loop. Infinite loop. So first problem is recursive descent parser cannot use left recursive one. All right. What is the second problem? There is another type of parser which is called LL1 parser. They use a concept called fast. Okay, we are going to learn that one. Don't worry. Whenever there is a left recursion, we cannot find fast. We cannot find fast. Whenever there is a left recursion, we cannot find the fast. So one problem is recursive descent parser is inside an infinite loop because of left recursion. Second problem is LL1 parser depends on a concept called fast, and whenever there is a left recursion, we cannot find the fast. So we cannot use left recursive grammar in LL1 parser and also in recursive descent parser. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
And both of these two parser are called top-down parser. Both of these two parser are called top-down parser. So the conclusion or punchline is we cannot use
Left recursion.
recursive grammar in top-down parser. So that is the punchline. So how can we get rid from this problem? How can we get rid from this problem?
স্যার টপ ডাউন পার্সারটা একটু আরেকবার বলবেন?
আমরা এখনো শুরু করিনি, যখন শুরু করবো তখন আলোচনা হবে। Just remember right now, there is a parser called top-down parser. One is called recursive descent parser, another one is called LL1 parser. They cannot work with left recursive grammar because recursive descent parser fall in infinite loop. LL1 parser cannot find fast because of left recursion, and both of them are top-down parser. We'll study top-down parser from the next class, or yes, from the next class. Then we are going to deal much with that. Don't worry. Now, what would be the solution? What would be the solution?
রাইট রিকারশন।
Okay, so convert left recursion to right recursion. Acha, oh, fine. Wonderful. Then I don't have infinite loop, right? Because if I take this grammar, A derives alpha A or beta, then what happened? Number one, what would be the case in this case? A is nothing but alpha A or beta. So in this case, I have a check, right? Whether I get alpha or not. Whether I get alpha or not. When I get alpha, I'm going to recurse. So here there is a check. So there is no scope to fall in infinitely. Am I right or not?
Right.
This alpha is acting as a guarding condition. If you don't get alpha, don't call A. If you get alpha, then call A. Am I right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
If I get alpha, then I can call A. If I don't get alpha, I do not call A. But in this case, it is not the case. I don't check alpha before. I check alpha later. So always I'm calling A again. Am I right?
Right.
If my string, in this case, for example, my string is alpha alpha, alpha alpha beta, then what happened? I can never generate this string because A coming back A, coming back A, coming back A. This way it will continue. Am I right? But in this case, what happened? If I want to generate alpha alpha beta, and I get alpha, okay, call A. I get another alpha, okay, call A. Now I do not have alpha, so beta, beta, beta match. Is it clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so our second thing is also can find fast. So convert left recursive to right recursion is the solution. But there is a catch. There is a problem. What is the problem? What is the problem? What is the problem with this? What is the problem with this? So, my left recursive grammar is like this. A derives A alpha or beta. My right recursive grammar is like this. A derives alpha A or beta. So, what is the string generated by this grammar? What is the string generated by this grammar? A can derive beta or A can derive A alpha, and this A can derive beta, or this A can derive A alpha, A alpha, A alpha, then this one can derive beta.
Infinite alphas.
Infinite alpha. Okay, fine. So, or it can generate A alpha, dot dot dot, A alpha, finally beta. So, what is the language generated by this grammar?
Beta alpha star.
Beta alpha star. Wonderful. Beta alpha star. This is the regular expression, regex, of this grammar. How about this? What it is going to generate? A derives beta, or A derives alpha A or beta, or A derives alpha A, beta, or A derives alpha A, so on, alpha A, then finally beta. What is the language generated by this grammar?
Alpha star beta.
Alpha star beta. They are not same. They are not same. So if you just write this form of grammar just like this, it is not the solution. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So you have to do something. What can you do? What can you do? You cannot just write A derives A alpha beta to A derives alpha A beta. It is not correct conversion. So you have to do something else. You have to generate B alpha star such that there is no left recursion. So how can you do that? What is the finite automata for B alpha star? Beta alpha star? What is the finite automata for this? Starting from this state, then seeing a beta, I'm going to here, and then
Loop.
alpha. Am I right?
Right.
Let's consider this is my state A because this is the starting state, and let's consider this is A star. Then what would be the case? What would be the grammar for this finite automata? A derives beta A dash. A dash is nothing but what? Huh? Epsilon or alpha A dash. Fine. So direct one-to-one mapping. One-to-one mapping. Or you can consider this way. P alpha star. So I'm going to generate this alpha star using A dash. So this is nothing but A derives beta A dash. And how can I generate alpha star? Epsilon or alpha A dash. Same thing. Now what happened? Very simple trick, but it is very fascinating. This grammar does not have any recursion. Am I right or not?
Right.
Because this is A dash. They are not recursive. How about this? This grammar has recursion, but this recursion has become rightmost recursion. But still, they are producing the same regular expression. Am I right or not?
Absolutely.
So this is the conversion technique. So you can actually remember this formula if you want. Or actually don't remember this one. Just try to derive in the class, in the exam hall or in the quiz, then just convert your desired grammar to right recursion. Is there any question after this? Right? Do you have any question? You can ask me. Did you understand this topic?
Yes, sir.
Should we continue?
Yes, I'll continue.
Okay. So let's take an example. Our famous calculator grammar. So we have taken this grammar before. E derives E plus E or E star E or ID. This is ambiguous. Then we convert it to E derives E plus T or T. T derives T star M or M. M derives ID. Now it has become unambiguous, but new problem arises. What is the new problem? It is left recursive. This product is left recursive. This product is left recursive. So we have to get rid from this left recursion if we want to use this product. If we want to use this product in top-down person. Okay. So how can we convert this to product into right recursion? Simple. We know that if A equal to A alpha or beta, we can actually convert this one to what? A derives beta A dash derives epsilon. Tell me this, epsilon or
Alpha A dash.
A dash. So this is the conversion technique. Now, in this grammar, what is A? This product. What is A?
E.
This one is A. This one is A. What is alpha?
Plus.
Plus T. Because it goes up to last. Am I right? So this one is alpha. What is beta?
T.
T. If we rewrite this product, what do you get? E derives T E dash derives epsilon or plus T E dash. Now this product is not recursive. This product is recursive, but it is right recursive. So we have correctly convert this one. Is that clear to you? Now take second one. Second one is also left recursive. T here and T here. What would be my A in this product?
T.
What would be my alpha?
Star M.
Star M. And this one is my beta. So what would be the product? T derives
M.
M T dash. T dash is nothing but
Epsilon.
epsilon of star M T dash. These two products actually get rid from left recursion in this product, and a final product does not change. So right, M derives I. Now I get right recursive form, and we can use this grammar in top-down in recursive descent parser, or if you want to use an LL1 parser, you can use this one. But with a expense. What is the expense here?
More expression.
More products. There are more products. Our parse tree would become more complicated here. But we can use this form of grammar, this equivalent form of this grammar in top-down parser, in both recursive descent parser and LL1 parser. Is that clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Should I try with another one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's try another one. SDRAS SS01 SDRAS SS01 1 or 011. How can I convert this one? What is my A here? This one is my A. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
What is my alpha here? This one is my alpha.
011.
What is my beta? This one is my beta. So from this S up to this one, this is my alpha. So according to this rule, what will be the grammar? S derives 011 S dash. Sorry, this is not dash. S derives 011 S dash. S dash is nothing but epsilon or S 011 S dash. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Done? Let's give you an example. Let's take a string which can be generated by this. For example, 011, 011, 011. It can be generated by this string. Generated by this grammar. How? Let's take S derive SS011. Let's replace this S with 011 and let's replace this S with 011. So what would be the yield? 011, 011, 011. Now let's take this grammar. I'm going to try to prove whether I can generate this string from this grammar or not. So let's take this one. S derives 011 S dash. Then what? This S dash is replaced with S 011 S dash. Okay. Then this S is again replaced with 011 S dash. Finally, this S dash is replaced with epsilon. This S is replaced with epsilon. So what would be the yield? 011, 011, 011. The same. Yes. Now see, in the original grammar, my parse tree is very simple. Though it is left recursive, my parse tree is very simple. The layer in the parse tree is very less. But when I convert it to right recursive form, yes, I can generate the same string, but more layers. The parse tree becomes complicated. So remember this. So that's why it is also, you get a very crude idea that top-down parsers are less powerful than bottom-up parser. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Bottom-up parser can use this kind of grammar, the left recursive grammar. Top-down parser can only use right? Recursive grammar. So definitely those are both parsing algorithms. So in top-down parser, the parsing tree would be like this. In TDP, the parsing tree would be like this. In bottom-up parser, the parsing tree would be like this. Sorry, I just flipped. In the TDP, the parser would be like this, top-down parser. In bottom-up parser, the parse tree would be like this. So which one would be more powerful? Which one would be more powerful? Yes, no. Bottom-up parser. Please, you people are very complicated. You people think that a solution which is complicated, that is elegant. No. A solution which is simple, that is elegant. Always remember. Simplicity is the beauty. Simplicity is the truth. So, the more simple a solution is, the more better system that is. In bottom-up parser, the parse tree is very simple. In top-down parser, the parse tree is complicated. So, which one is more powerful? Bottom-up parser. Not only that one, there are many other issues we are going to discuss. Done? Do you have any question?
So I have a question.
Yes, please.
এই যে টপ ডাউন পার্সারের যে পার্সিটা জেনারেট করেছেন এখানে কি অ্যাম্বিগুইটি কি মানে থাকলে কোনো প্রবলেম নাই না রাইট
No, no, no. No grammar can use ambiguous. No parser can use
Now,
ambiguous
sir.
grammar. It does not have any ambiguity. It does not have any ambiguity. Oh, I got it. I got it. This parse tree is generated only by this grammar. This parse tree is not generated by this grammar. No. This parse tree is only generated by this grammar. You cannot generate this parse tree from this grammar. No. No, 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 no.
না স্যার আই এম টকিং অ্যাবাউট টিডিপি যেখানে যে আপনি যে এস এর যেখানে একটা এপসাইলনের বদলে 011 দিলাম আর আরেকটা এপসাইলনের বদলে মানে আরেকটা 011 এর বদলে এপসাইলন দিলাম সেম লাইক সেকেন্ড লেয়ারে 011 এর জায়গায় এপসাইলন দিলাম এন্ড এস ড্যাশ এর জায়গায় 011 দিলাম সেম স্ট্রিং জেনারেট
কোথায়?
করতে
এটাতে s dash, এটাতে s. এটাতে s, এটাতে s dash.
ও ও আচ্ছা 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 সরি
Okay,
সরি
got it. So it is this. I believe I'm not sure, but I think this grammar is not ambiguous. This grammar is not ambiguous.
It's not ambiguous.
It is not ambiguous. It is s. It is s dash. This is
Oh,
s.
sir, I
This
got
is s dash.
I got
Okay.
confused.
Okay. Done. But please remember, this parse tree is the property of only this first grammar. This parse tree is property of only the first grammar, and this parse tree is property of only the second grammar. You cannot generate the second parse tree using that one. Please remember. So it is not ambiguous. So let's move to next topic. Let's try another example. So how many class do you have actually before Eid? When is the Eid vacation actually? Starts? Do you have any idea? And when is the midterm actually? They are
So midterm will be, I think, after Eid.
after Eid, which week? Second week or first week?
Sir, second week, I think.
And the class starts from the first week of after Eid?
Yes, sir.
No, I think the vacation is up to 5, right?
Yes, sir. Up to 5.
Up to 5, then 6, 7 is Thursday, Friday. The second week there will be a class, right? Or the
Yeah.
exam starts.
Yes, sir. I think the exam will start on the second week, I think, the midterm.
Just immediately after Eid,
Yes, sir. After 1 or 2 classes. Like,
1 or 2 classes. I understand. Still we have 4 classes before Eid. Good, very good. Still is 5th class, 4th class, 9th class. Oh, enough. If I get 1 or 2 classes, then. Okay. So let's start. Let's try another example, right? Let's try this. S derives S hash T or T. T is T 001.
দেখা যাচ্ছে না পুরোপুরি।
Now,
না স্যার।
দেখা যাচ্ছে
is it because fade away?
না স্যার,
ক্লিয়ার
না স্যার ঠিক আছে এখন।
Sir, clear.
S derives S hash T or T. T derives T 001 or M. M derives ID. So this grammar is left recursive. This grammar is left recursive. This is right. So what is the rule? What is the rule?
A direct beta A prime
A derives
beta A prime
beta A dash.
A alpha or beta. We can convert it to A derives beta A dash derives epsilon or alpha A dash. So how can you convert this one? The first product, this one is my A, this one is A, this one is alpha, this one is beta. So this product would be like this. S derives T, S dash derives hash T, S dash or epsilon. Now let's take second product, T, M, T dash, or T dash derives 001, T dash or epsilon. Done is second product, M derives ID. Done. So that is the end of converting from left recursion to right recursion. Now let's go back to another problem. Another problem. That is called deterministic grammar and non-deterministic grammar.
Sir, the midterm will be from 16 to 19 August.
16 to 19. Fantastic. খুব ভালো।
And sir, Idul Adha will be starts from the 30th July.
31st to 5.
Yes.
I know that. Let's take another one. It is called deterministic grammar and non-deterministic grammar. Can you tell me what is the difference between determinism and non-determinism in finite automata? Can you give me an example? Let's assume I have these two states. A seeing out, A going here, B going here, AB. Is this deterministic or non-deterministic? If my language is A comma B,
So which
my
one is
alphabet,
final
my
state?
alphabet is A comma B. Is it deterministic or non-deterministic?
ডিটারমিনিস্টিক।
It is deterministic. How about this? Is it deterministic or non-deterministic?
নন ডিটারমিনিস্টিক।
Why it is non-deterministic?
কারণ এ থাকবো বোধ উপরে আর নিচে।
From কোনটা? Which one?
স্টার্টিং ইনিশিয়াল স্টেট থেকে এ
This
কুড গো
স্যার স্টার্ট নোড থেকে নিচের নোডে আমরা দুইটা টার্মিনাল
Wonderful. Yes. So from this state, I can go seeing A to here. From this state, after seeing A, I can also go to here. So there is a question of choice here. Am I right? There is a question of choice here. Here, there is no question of choice. You don't have any question of choice. You have to. You are very fixed about which path to go when you see the letter. But in this case, you are not fixed. You may go to this state, you may go to this state. So this deterministic finite automata represent deterministic grammar. and this non-deterministic automata represent non-deterministic grammar. So there is a one-to-one mapping, always grammar and automata. So let's take this example. A derives alpha, beta 1, alpha, beta 2, alpha, beta 3. Is this grammar deterministic or non-deterministic? Why it is
Deterministic.
non-deterministic? It is deterministic. Why it is deterministic and why it is non-deterministic? Some people says it is deterministic.
So এটা
And some people says, if you draw a finite automata for this, what do you get? My state is alpha A, and I have state beta 1, beta 2, beta 3.
Choice to go.
Alpha C can go here, C can go here, C can go here. Now tell me, is it deterministic or non-deterministic?
NF
NFA.
It is a non-deterministic grammar. So what is problem with non-deterministic grammar?
Scientific.
If you want to parse alpha beta 3, then what happened in this case? A generate alpha beta 1, then it will say, okay, beta 1 is not equal to beta 3, then it backtrack. Then it will generate A alpha beta 2, then beta 2 is not equal to beta 3, then it backtrack. Finally, it generates A alpha beta 3, then it says, yes, I got it, your string, I accept it. Okay? So this kind of grammar again cannot use any top-down parser, except one parser. What is that parser? Do you know that? Those parsers are called brute force parser. Only brute force parser can use non-deterministic grammar. Any other grammar cannot use non-deterministic grammar. Is that clear to you guys? I have started writing parser using brute force technique. It's in my master's thesis actually. So non-determinism is a problem. Am I right or not? It is a problem. Am I right?
Right.
Sir.
So it cannot use any top-down parsers. It is again a problem. So how can I get rid from non-determinism? Tell me. How can I get rid from?
স্যার ডিএফএ তে কনভার্ট করে
I have to convert it somehow DFA. I have to convert it somehow DFA. But if you take that technique, so the technique he proposes like this. The technique he proposes like this. He says that the technique he proposes like this. Non-deterministic grammar, convert this to non-NFA, then convert this NFA to DFA, then convert this DFA to again deterministic grammar. Am I right or not? This is your process, workflow.
ইয়েস স্যার
But there is a simpler solution. There is a simpler solution. Okay, there's a simpler solution. That solution is called That solution is called left factoring. Left factoring. So what is left factoring? A derives alpha beta 1, alpha beta 2, alpha beta 3. Take the common prefix. It is nothing but common prefix problem. Take common prefix. So what the common prefix here?
Alpha.
So A alpha A dash. Now let alpha dash generate these terms, the rest of the terms. So for generating alpha beta 1, what would be a dash?
বিটা 1
Beta 1,
To
beta 2,
generating beta 2, what would be A dash?
Beta 2.
For generating beta 3, beta 3. So this is called left factoring. You will take out the common factor. Is it clear to you guys?
Right,
So
sir.
then we do not need to go through this very lengthy procedure. Done?
Yes, sir.
Should I take an example?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir, sure.
So let's take this. Let's take SD revs. SD revs 0, 1, 1. B 0, 1, 1, 1. A 0, 1, 1, 1. C. B derives 0. A derives 1. C derives 2. Is this grammar non-deterministic or not?
Non-deterministic.
Because there is a common prefix. Whenever there is a common prefix not taken out, definitely that grammar is non-deterministic. Am I right? Right or not?
Yes, sir. Right.
Whenever there is a common prefix, not taken care of, that grammar is definitely non-deterministic. So we are going to do left factoring. So how can you do left factoring?
You can take common 0, 1, 1.
So there is a common of 0, 1, 1, 1 here between these two, and there is a common between 0, 1, 1 over here. So which one you want to take?
Common.
And 3.
0, 1, 1 is common to all three, and 0, 1, 1, 1 is common to both two. Which one you want to common?
So 0, 1, 1.
0, 1, 1.
Yes, you can take this one as well. Also, you can take at first carrying these two terms, then you can carrying this terms. That is also possible, but that is better. The maximum common terms from all the common factors is better. So if you take common 0, 1, 1, and let's write S dash. And what would be the S dash? 0, 1, 1. Then it would be
Either
2. This one would be 1A, and this one would be 1C. Am I right?
right.
Beta, acha. তারপর still I have common here, right? Still I have one common here. So what can you do?
S dash কে আপনি
S dash is nothing but
beta
beta 1 S double dash. So S
Right.
double dash is nothing but A or
C.
C. So what would be the all formulas now? S derives, so I do not no longer need this. So S derives 0, 1, 1, S dash derives B 1 S double dash become A C B equal to 0, A equal to 1, S C equal to, right guys?
Right.
This does not change. This does not change. This B in this formula does not change because I do not take any common from here. This one does not change because here I have taken only care of these two terms. Am I right? So B is directly written down. Is that clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
So let's take your attendance today, then stop here today. Let's take your attendance. Do you have any question? You can ask me.
No, sir.
Is the
স্যার
today's
আমাদের
class
কিছু
clear?
প্র্যাকটিস প্রবলেমস দেওয়া যায় স্যার?
Yes. Yes. Most probably tonight I'm going to post some problems and the solution. If not tonight, then next morning. Don't worry. With the solution. So at home you will try by yourself.
Okay, sir.
Juaria Iqbal's parents, no, not her parents, her Fufi died. So pray for her. Now let's go. you have any question, you can ask me. Yes. No question? Is everything clear to this about today's topic?
Yes, sir.
Everything is clear. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I did not find the portal. Where is the portal?
Sir, are you submitting the
Patch.
attendance?
Yes, I'm submitting that index. I got it. Just 1 minute, then you can leave. Let's copy and paste. Yes.
Sir, it might not work because it's Thursday.
It should work. Don't worry. Yes, it works. It works means it does not have any entry in the ILS, but it keeps recording. Okay, guys. See you then. Bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye. See you. Have a nice weekend. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
going
you.
to post. I'm going to post the YouTube video soon. So just keep an eye on YouTube. Okay.
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 Okay. So thank you.